Hello everyone, it's Vic Witch Art Witch here and with another Scrawlrbox unboxing. Today we're unboxing Scrawlrbox 103. Now there would have been another video between this and my last video, but unfortunately I caught an absolutely hellish cough cold virus thing. I don't know what it was, but I do know it wasn't COVID thanks to a test. And I pretty much lost all use of my voice. I have only just got it back. It took nearly 2 weeks for my voice to A, be injured and B, recover. So hopefully, no more of that going forward. Let's get some unboxing done. Now, unlike the last one, because I knew I would probably need some paints and stuff like that for the last one, after seeing everyone else's unboxings, I haven't actually unboxed this yet, as you can see. So, let's look at it the first time together, shall we? Ooh, that's an interesting looking artwork. What I'll do is, because I can see the lid trying to close on me, we're still panting trees, everyone. Still panting trees. I'm going to move that out the way. Pop those on the floor there. Gives me a little bit more of a looky at our things. So here we have the Scrawlzine. We'll look at that in a moment. Ooh, this is pretty. Isn't it? Loving the purples in there. Who is our featured artist this month? Okay, I apologise sincerely if I mispronounce your name wrong. I apologise so much. Ace Balco, I think. Again, I apologise so much if I spelled it wrong. Drawing has always been an important part of Ace Balco's life. She enjoys working with watercolours, markers, coloured pencils and acrylics, but constantly returns to fine liners and patterns. Her pieces are rarely planned out in advance. Her process has a calming and meditative effect, with the pattern unfolding as she works. I studied in graphic design in high school and went on to study culture history, art history, media and communications at Stockholm University. Currently lives in a small town in Sweden with her husband working in communication. So again, look at those purples. They're so nice. Aren't they? They're so nice. Oh, it's not a pad. It's not a pad. Oh, it's my favourite. It's sea white. It's a sea white recycled sketchbook made using recycled coffee cups. Ooh. Quite a few pages in this too. That's nice. Okay, let's pop that there. We'll look at this magazine in a moment. Actually, no, let's look at the magazine now before we get too far in, shall we? So, oh dear, I have spoiled my surprise upon myself. Oops. Let's scratch that idea, shall we? And look at the art supplies. So, future videos, I should remember to do that. Okay. Whoa. Okay, we've got, for this sweet, subscribers only get sweets now, because there were instances of sweets melting on art supplies and getting yucky and nasty and everything. So subscriber only sweets now. Chocolate eclair. Put that aside because I think my husband would rather like that. A funky fantastic sticker, as usual. Now, what have we got here? We have got a Frisk white. Is it white? Yes, white. It's very hard to see in there, but it is white. Gel pen. And a Unipin brown. Is it brown or is it maybe sienna? I don't know. But it doesn't say on there. But it's a Unipin fine liner, 0.5. I do love Unipin liners. I use them a lot. And we have Pentel Arts brush sign pen, broad brush tip one end, brush tip, fine brush tip the other. Fine for lettering, perfect for lettering and freehand designs. Ooh. Scrapbook safe because they're acid free apparently. Interesting. Interesting, ladies and gentle beans. So let's get that out of the way. There we go. There we go. Alright, Now that we kind of slightly ruined that surprise for ourselves, we knew it was pens. I closed it before I paid too much attention. Let's go through the magazine, shall we? Yes, let's go through the magazine. So, we've got obviously all our pens. It's calling it a sepia tone one here. So maybe that's the official name for it. I don't know. But it's calling it a sepia tone pen in here. Lots of different colours. Now I see why I was... The fact that I was loving the purples, and it looks like it is mostly purples in this pen set, that makes me very happy. Because I do like them. Interview of our featured artist. I like that one and that one. That's very nice, that one. Who's made it into the Scrawler magazine this month, I wonder? So, look at all these. Scribbling on cling film and placing it onto the page. That's an interesting idea. Obviously, you've got your basic mark making. Water. And putting the gel pen over the top. Water. That's an interesting one. I wonder if they act like a little bit like Arteza brush pens. Which those you can add water to, and they kind of act a little watercolory. So here we go, and here's the drawing on the front of the magazine. Very sort of how to design. So you can follow that. And here we go. It's the story behind the artwork. I chose to draw a pattern. Started drawing circles with a fine liner. Though I drew the curved lines, I wanted to create a beautiful pattern that is easy to colour. There are many sharp edges in the pattern, so I chose to use brush pens that can reach all the little corners of the pattern. That is the advantage with brush pens. You can really, really, really get in there. Hey, here we go. Do I recognise any of these people, I wonder? Yes, I do. I recognise you. And I recognise you. I'm not in there. Shame. One day, everyone. One day. Now, these were fantastic, though. These were absolutely fantastic. These... Because I've got to be honest, I wasn't really sure what to make of the crayons. Because they're quite chunky and clunky, and I'm used to pens and paintbrushes and what have you. So they're quite chunky and clunky, and I didn't really know what to make of them. I mean, I tried, but we'll revisit that box on another time. I know we're tending to get a few new things now in the Scrawlrbox. So this was a fantastic piece that I saw done by At Her Own Reality. This was amazing to see. Again, this was done with the crayon box, the Boya crayons. And this was not what I was expecting. Okay, let's go to the back. So, our Scrawlrbox prompt, hidden in plain sight, for this month's challenge, take inspiration from our featured artist. Use these supplies to form shapes within shapes and patterns inside patterns. Try building up a series of small shapes that fit together to form something magical. Experiment using simple lines and dots to build the bigger picture. They're calling the challenge Hidden Gems. Intriguing. Intriguing. So, let's get our swatch on. Let's get our swatch on. So, I'm going to open this. What I am going to do is I'm going to swatch this pen on this page, because you are not going to see this here. You're not going to see it. Not going to see it at all. So, it's a gel pen, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake. I know from experience with some gel pens, you kind of have to tap them a little bit. to get it going. Ah, there we go, there we go. Oh, that's... Mmm. Do we have any indication of what size nib this is? I'm just going to refer back to the Scrawler magazine very quickly. I don't think there is. No. So, we'll have to QR code it and see if we can find it, and I'll add that a little bit later on. But that's actually very bright. Like, solid. So let's just do a little hatching. That's what I like to do. I like to do a little hatching. And a little colour box to sort of see how the colours like hold up together. So I'm kind of impressed because it's hard to find a decent gel pen. It's very hard to find a decent gel pen. Okay, so Unipin fine line 0.5. Let's see, shall we? I have a purple one from a previous box which I adore. Now you'll have to excuse my handwriting. My handwriting is terrible. Be glad I'm not writing in cursive, because you would not understand it. At school, my friend once told me my handwriting looked like a combination between hieroglyphics and ancient Roman numerals. Which, to be fair, the way I do some of my letters is kind of valid. Not gonna lie. Let's give us a box here. I'm liking that. It covers quite well. Alright. Fun bit. Let's get these open, shall we? So it's a rip top. That would have been embarrassing if I couldn't do that on the camera, wouldn't it? That would have been very embarrassing. Remember, everyone, hydrate. And don't let your tea go cold like I just realised I have. You. Let's get you out. Put these down like that. You have to ignore that noise in the background. That is my earthquake tracker, which apparently ignores me putting my phone on silent, which is nice. Okay, so let's have a look. Nice little looky. So let's go brush. Thick to thin. Now when I get like brush pens or like double-ended pens like this, I like to bunch it up and then spread it out. It is a very fine tip, ladies and jelly beans. Very fine. I don't know how much of that tip you can actually see. That is a very fine tip. It's almost, I have a, oh, yes. I know what pen it reminds me of now. Let's see if I can get it out of my pencil case. I have a set of uni pens that I prefer to use at home, you see. And I have a set of other pens that I use at university. Now, let's see, where is it? And it kind of reminds me, because I have Sakura ones for university, kind of reminds me of the tip of one of their actual micron pens. A little bit. If I do a comparison here. It's very, very similar. Very similar. So let's swatch all these out, shall we? Put that away. I don't need that. It's very dark. It's very nice. As for what image I'm going to draw, I do not know. What I tend to do is I tend to follow the prompt as close as I can for one or two images. And then I'll draw something loosely-ish following the prompt. And the last box's prompt, Fire and Ice, I ended up doing dragon eyes. One dragon eye for fire and 1 dragon eye for ice. And I kind of really enjoyed doing dragon eyes. Something I've drawn for years. I really enjoy it. I am wondering now how well these layer. Do they layer very well? Something I am curious about. But I am liking how they write so far. How they write, how they draw, how they scribble. I'm liking how they handle. They're very smooth. They're not scratchy, like you can get some felt tip pens. They just feel like you're scratching things rather than colouring things. That purple is very bright and I very much like that. Right. I can see getting a lot of very fine details done with these. Because they are very, very... Like, the fine end is very fine. Very fine. I can see a lot of little details getting done with these. There we go. So, I should really write down what they are on my swatch book, shouldn't I? That would be an idea, yes. So I'm gonna use the sepia. Pentel brush sign, and I also can't spell, which I know is the bane of one of my friends' lives. Hello, Crow, I can see you. Or rather, I know you're watching. Pentel brush tip, sign pen, twin tip. Okay. This is going to be an interesting Scrawlrbox, I think. Hopefully, due to university, I don't really have time to do a lot of videos at the moment, but hopefully that is going to increase pretty soon, because I know I have a deadline coming up, so after that, hopefully that's going to increase, and I'm hoping to plan to do some, like, previous boxes, like, re-unboxing, because I've bought a load of back boxes, and doing some work based on those. So, all said and done, thank you very much for joining me today for unboxing Scrawlrbox 103. And I hope you have a lovely, wonderful rest of your day. Take care now, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.